Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and hi everyone and welcome to today's forum on the vital topic of occupational safety and health, legal requirements in business management in Malaysia. I'm Nur Liyana Ameera bint Ahmad Faris and I'll be your moderator for this session. We're very fortunate to have with us today two experts in this field, which is Miss Fareen Farhanna, an experienced occupational safety and health expert, and Sir Muhammad Asyazwan, a business management consultant specializing in OSHE. So thank you both for being here. So today we'll delve into the significance of OSHE legal requirements, particularly the Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994, and explore how businesses can effectively integrate these requirements into their management strategies. So let's begin. Ms. Farin, could you start by giving us an overview of the fundamental roles that OSHE legal requirements play in the realm of business management?
Okay, thank you, Miss Liana. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. The roles of OSH legal requirements in business are multifaceted and crucial. At its core, these requirements serve as a framework to protect employees from workplace hazards. This is not merely an ethical obligation, it is also a legal one. Specifically, we are looking for several key rules, which is establish a minimum standard of safety, which OSH laws define what constitutes an acceptable level of safety in the workplace, prevent the organization from operating under substandard and conditions. The second one is preventing workplace accidents and illness. By complying with these laws, companies can create a safer environment, reducing the likelihood of incident, injuries, and health problems. And the third one is protecting employees' rights, such as OSH laws establish employee rights related to safety and health, ensuring they have access to a safe working environment and recourse if standards are not met. The fourth one is boosting productivity. It can boost by a safe workplace generally result in higher morale and better productivity, and also reduce injuries and illness, mean fewer disruptions and less time away from work. And the last one is legal compliance and risk management. OSH laws ensure business avoid fines and litigation. Effective OSH system demonstrate due diligence and reduce reputational risk. In short, OSH legal requirements are not just a set of rules, but they are foundational element or I can give you example for the boosting productivity. As we know, we are human, right? So if sometimes we are as a worker, we do the same thing most of the time often. For example, the designer of the cat, computer aided design, right? And OSH important in order to keep the employee uh, to ensure their mental health in a good condition by some of the rules that OSH already require the company to apply. So it is of course it is ensure of the employee health, safety, and also well-being. Okay, that's all from
Um,
me.
thank, thank you, Ms. Farin. So, Sir Asyazwan, from a business management perspective, how crucial is the integration of OSH legal requirements into an organization's overall strategic plan?
Okay, first of all, Assalamualaikum. Okay, that's an excellent question, Miss Lana. Integrating OSH requirement is absolutely vital for business sustainability. It should be an afterthought or a burden, but an integral part of the strategic plan. And here's why. Okay, first of all is risk management. Okay, OSH help business identify, evaluate, and control hazards. This process aligns directly with risk management protocols, helping to mitigate operational and financial risks. Okay, the second is cost saving. Okay, although it seems like a cost at first glance, a safe workplace saves money in the long run. Reduced accident lead to lower workers' compensation premiums, fewer legal expense, less downtime, and higher retention rates. Okay, the third is reputation and brand image. Okay, business that demonstrate a commitment to safely are perceived positively by stakeholders, including customers, investors, and the wider community. Okay, next is employee engagement. Okay, prioritizing OSH shows employees that they are value, which enhance job satisfaction, increase loyalty, and creates a more positive work culture. Okay, and the lastly is operational efficiency. Okay, when employees are not worried about their safety, they are more focused and productive, which boosts efficiency. Okay, so it's just about avoiding legal penalties. It's about building a more resilient, ethical, and competitive organization. Business that strategically integrate OSH are better positioned for long-term success.
So thank you, Sir Asyazwan. So before we shift our focus to the specifics of the Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994, OSHA, Ms. Fareen, could you briefly elaborate on the kind of cost savings you just touched on? Often businesses think that OSH compliance is just an added expenses.
Absolutely, Miss Liana. Often, business get caught up in the initial investment required for safety measures like PPE or training, but they don't factor in the expenses they avoid by being proactive. For example, a single serious workplace accident could lead to substantial workers' compensation payouts, significant fines from DOSH, lost productivity due to the investigations, and potential legal battles. These costs can easily outweigh the preventive expenditure that could have been used beforehand. So, in reality, investing in safety in the business bottom line.
That's a crucial perspective. Thank you, Ms. Fareen. So let's now shift our focus to the specifics of the Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994 OSHA. Ms. Fareen, can you outline the core objectives and salient features of OSHA 1994 in Malaysia?
Certainly, the Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994 OSHA is a cornerstone of Malaysian OSH legislation. Its primary objectives are to ensure the safety, health, and welfare of people at work, and then protect other individuals from risks arising from workplace activities, and also promote a safe working environment through regulation and guidelines. Now, let's discuss some features of OSHA 1994. The first one is general duty of care. The key principle of OSHA is general duty of care, which mandates that employers ensure, as far as reasonably practicable, the safety, health, and welfare at work of their employees. This is not a specific list of obligations, but a principle that encourages continuous improvement. And then the next one is responsibility of employers, employees, and others. This act define obligations for both employers to provide a safe workplace and training, and employees to take reasonable care for their own and other safety. There are other parties such as occupier, self-employed, and also covered by the act. And the next one is establishment of the National Council for Occupational Safety and Health, NCOSH. NCOSH is responsible for planning and developing strategies to promote occupational safety and health. And the fourth one, enforcement. As we know, OSHA, DOSH, NIOSH are empowered to enforce OSHA through inspection, investigation, and penalties. And the last one, self-regulation. OSHA OSHA also encouraged the development of internal OSHE system so companies are able to manage safety as they see the best with the resources they have, while still complying by the law. The summary of it is the emphasis is on preventing accidents and promoting a culture of safety rather than merely reacting after accident occur. Okay, that's all for me.
Thank you, Ms. Fareen. So, I want to ask Sir Asyazwan, how does this emphasis on self-regulation affect how businesses should approach their OSH strategies in practice?
Okay. That's a vital point, Miss Lana. Okay. Self-regulation under OSHA means that businesses need to take ownership of their OSHA system. It's not just about provided by DOSH. Instead, business need to develop comprehensive proactive safety plan tailored to their specific operational needs. This requires a robust risk assessment system, regular safety audits, and ongoing training initiative. This also means fostering a workplace culture where employees are empowered to speak up about safety concern and actively participate in improving safety measure.
Thank you, Sir Asyazwan, for that clarification. So, now we are going to continue the discussion to another question for you. How does OSHA compliance affect the day-to-day operations and management practices of businesses in Malaysia?
Okay, that's a critical question. Okay, OSHA compliance isn't just a formality. It affects almost every aspect of a business operation and management. Okay, I give you example. Okay, first is risk assessment. Okay, business are required to regularly conduct risk assessment to identify workplace hazards, evaluate the risk, and implement appropriate control measure. Okay, next is safe work procedure. OSHA compliance force business to develop and implement safe work procedure for various tasks, from machine operation to manual handling. Okay, next is training. Okay, employee must ensure that their employee are adequate trained on safe work practices and understand the hazard associated with their roles. Okay, after that is personal protective equipment, which is PPE. Okay, business need to provide appropriate PPE to employees to minimize their exposure to hazard. Okay, the fifth is incident reporting and investigation. And there is a responsibility to report accident and investigate the root cause and take measure to prevent them from recurring or from before they happen again. Okay, next is record keeping. Organizations are required to maintain detailed records of their OSH activities, including risk assessment, incident report, and training session. Okay, and the lastly is budgeting. OSH is no longer an optional additional cost. Organization needs to budget and commit resource to safety initiative. Okay, for and the impact of the compliance is pervasive and requires a proactive approach to manage OSH rather than to rare accident.
So thank you both. That was very insightful. We now have a few minutes for questions from the audience. So there is a question from Sir Ahmad. So good afternoon. My name is Ahmad and I run a small manufacturing business and I'm finding it difficult to keep up with all the requirements. So what's the best starting point for small businesses to improve our OSH compliance?
Okay, I will answer it. Okay, thank you, Sir Ahmad. That's a great question and it's common for a smaller business to feel overwhelmed. I will recommend to start with conducting a true risk assessment for your workplace. This will help you to identify the key hazards that you need to control. From there, you can prioritize based on the risk and start simple and then work towards more comprehensive system. Also, take advantage of resource from OSHE and other OSHE organization, which is NIOSH. They provide free guides and training programs. It's all about small, consistent improvement and focusing the most critical risks first. Okay, that's all my answer.
Okay, thank you, Miss Fareen. So we have another question. So, hi, I'm Siti and I work in an office environment. While we don't deal with machinery, are there still significant OSH requirements we should be aware of?
Okay, I will be answer this question. Okay, yes, Siti, absolutely. While office environment might seem less hazardous compared to a factory, they still have OSH risks. These include things like ergonomic issue, which is pure posture leading to back problem, electrical hazards, fire safety, and even psychological stresses. Business need to conduct a risk assessment of their office environment. It is required to provide ergonomic workstation assessment, implement policies for reporting and addressing stress, and provide adequate fire safety equipment and training. OSHA cover all the workplace, so don't overlook OSHA need even in an office environment.
Thank you both for addressing this question so clearly. We are nearing the end of our session, so I have last question for both of you. So, would you like to add a few closing remarks on key takeaways from this discussion?
Alright, can I start first? Okay, I like to emphasize that OSHE is not just a legal checkbox. It is fundamental aspect of running sustainable and responsible business. Creating a safe workplace requires a continuous effort and commitment from everyone, from the top management down to the employees on the ground. Okay, that's my closing.
Sir Asyazwan?
Okay, next is me. Okay, I echo that sentiment. Businesses should see OSH compliance not as a burden, but as an investment in their workplace, in in their future. It's about building a safe, productive, and ethical workplace, which ultimately benefit everyone involved.
So, thank you both for this informative discussion. Your insights have been invaluable in helping us better understand the roles of OSH, legal requirements, and the implications of OSHA 1994. It is clear that integrating OSH is not just a legal obligation, but a fundamental component of building sustainable, responsible, and thriving organizations. We appreciate you sharing your expertise with us today. So, thank you all for joining us.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Okay.